Arcadian Vanguard presents The Wrestling News in your daily wrestling newscast for Sunday, February 4th, 2024. Good morning, I'm Mike Sempervive. We begin today with last night's edition of AEW Collision broadcast live on TNT from the Bert Ogden Arena in Edinburgh, Texas. In the main event, FTR and Daniel Garcia defeated Christian Cage, Luchasaurus, and Nick Wayne when Garcia pinned Wayne. In the opener, Continental Crown holder Eddie Kingston beat Brian Keith in a non-title Proving Ground match. After the match, it was announced that Keith had officially signed with AEW. Immediately afterward, Bryan Danielson defeated Hechicero of CMLL in a singles match. Hechicero attacked Danielson after the match, but Claudio Castagnoli made the save.
The word is Scott. Wait a minute.
Yeah, who cares about the victory? Hechicero.
Well, this is unfortunate. Brian shook hands with Yuji Nagata after a victory last week. Oh, wait a minute.
What do we got?
Hello, Claudio.
Claudio Castagnoli. Oh, BCC are here tonight. Claudio coming in ahead of that trios match we got coming up on Wednesday night. CMLL against members of the Blackpool Combat Club.
In other results, Hook beat the Outrunners in a handicap match. Serena Deeb defeated Queen Aminata by submission, and Red Velvet got a quick win over Vert Vixen. WWE came to the Knoxville Civic Coliseum in Knoxville, Tennessee last night as part of their Road to WrestleMania house show tour. In the main event, Cody Rhodes defeated Shinsuke Nakamura in a street fight. In the evening's only title match, Gunther successfully defended the Intercontinental title against Chad Gable. In a 6-woman tag team match, Bianca Belair, Shotzi, and Zelina Vega defeated the Kabuki Warriors and WWE Women's Champion Io Sky. The opening match featured LA Knight beating Jimmy Uso. In other results, Ricochet beat Jinder Mahal, DIY bested Imperium, Omos squashed Akira Tozawa, AJ Styles went over Austin Theory, and Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark beat Maxine Dupree and Ivy Nile. In independent news, Major League Wrestling ran their SuperFight 2024 event on Saturday in Philadelphia at the 2300 Arena. The show saw the crowning of a new MLW World Heavyweight Champion as Satoshi Kojima knocked off Alex Kane in 11 minutes and 23 seconds to become the first man to ever hold the MLW World title twice. Kojima also held the honor during MLW's first incarnation in 2002 and 2003. In the only other title match on the show, Rocky Romero defeated Ichiban in a 2 out of 3 falls match to retain the MLW World Middleweight title. Other results saw Davey Boy Smith Jr. defeat Manders by referee's decision, Jacob Fatu beat Yuji Nagata, Mystico topped Taverno, and in a Death Machine rules match, Sami Callihan defeated Akira. Also yesterday, Game Changer Wrestling ran their Coldest Winter 2 event from the Ukrainian Cultural Center in Los Angeles. The highest profile match on the show featured a battle of former WWE stars as Nick Nemeth made his GCW debut by knocking off Matt Cardona. In the main event, GCW World Champion Blake Christian made the 31st defense of his reign by putting down the challenge of Dark Sheik. Other results saw Ali Kachanefi fight Masha Slamovich and Rina Yamashita to a no contest. Chris Bay beat Manlight DeReese. Kerry Morton topped Mike Jackson. Alex Hammerstone defeated Charles Mason. Santana Jackson knocked off Su Young, and the team of Aries, Gringo Loco, and Latigo put down Bodie Young Prodigy, Starboy Charlie, and Titus Alexander. As we went to air this morning, there were shows still in progress from several major companies in Japan. We'll have a full look at those shows in tomorrow's newscast. And before we leave you today, we'd like to remind you that however you consume your content, you can find the wrestling news 24 hours a day and 7 days a week across social media. On Twitter, follow us at Wrestling News AV. Our Facebook page is also Wrestling News AV. The Wrestling News can also be found on the Arcadian Vanguard YouTube page. And for those who utilize Amazon Echo devices, just tell Alexa to play the Wrestling News podcast. And remember to make sure you add podcast at the end. Once again, for daily updates, breaking news, and more, follow the Wrestling News across social media. And that's the news for today. If anything happens, we will be here to tell you about it. No clickbait, no paywall, just the Wrestling News. The Wrestling News is a division of Arcadian Vanguard, and the Wrestling Newscast is a production of the Arcadian Vanguard Podcast Network.